So I want to address this because it is so ridiculous, but it needs to be addressed. That's why it is ridiculous. And you can tell just by looking at the title of this video, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Quote unquote, this new slogan, question mark, is the Xbox dead? Is the Xbox dead? First of all, let's explain what the Xbox is. The name Xbox came in from 2001 Microsoft console that was released in November of 2001. And the reason they call it Xbox, it's because of DirectX. As you all know, DirectX 9, DirectX 10. Back then, DirectX was always being used as this form of GPU architecture that was implemented through NVIDIA. And it's still being used, right? And it's a Microsoft brand. So instead of calling it DirectX console, so they decided to call it Xbox console. So that's why you're seeing this floating little sphere next to me. That's the Xbox since 2001. All right, 2001. It's been 25 years. I can assure you that the Xbox is alive and well. I can assure you that the Xbox is not dead. I can assure you that it's doing just fine. As a matter of fact, I can assure you that the Xbox is doing better than ever. How do I know that? Well, if you look at their Forza Horizon 5 that they're putting out on PlayStation 5, and if you see the amount of pre-orders skyrocketing just for Forza Horizon 5, it shows you that the brand Xbox, it's more alive and well and better than ever before. All right. So where's this coming from? Look, I don't like to use the word Sony fanboys, but look, I don't know how else to call them. Look, there's no bigger PlayStation fanboy than this guy. Okay? I have 3 PlayStation 5s. I have 2 PlayStation 4 Pros. I got original PlayStation VR and the PlayStation VR 2 and the PlayStation Portal. Trust me, there's no bigger fanboy when it comes to Sony. And I still have my PlayStation 3 Fat, which I still have. I didn't sell it. So there is no bigger PlayStation fanboy than this guy. So I just want you to understand that you're hearing this from someone who has PlayStations. And it's been live streaming on PlayStation yesterday and the day before yesterday. Okay, so just watch my YouTube videos. Even my YouTube front page has The Last of Us Part 2 for 12 hours 4 years ago, which I live streamed. All right? So I just want to clarify this for the new people coming up on this channel, just so we're clear. I'm not an Xbox shill. I'm nobody's shill. All right? I'm a gamer and been a gamer since 1984. All right? So I don't want to spend too much time on this video. I just want to clarify to you that no, these ridiculous, stupid slogans of people saying Xbox is dead, it's coming from PlayStation fanboys because they don't like the idea that PlayStation is not doing so well. But actually, PlayStation is doing well. It's just not what you wanted it to be. It's not a status quo. You know, the issue with some of these PlayStation guys is they're still living in that 2000 mindset, the year 2000 mindset, you know, when the movie Gladiator was released, and it's also when the X-Men was released, and also when the PlayStation 2 was released. Those were the great times. So those days are over, okay? It's been 25 years. Look at me. I'm gray hair. I'm old. I'm 46. The time has changed. I have moved on. But apparently these PlayStation fanboys, they can't move on because they're still living in this status quo from 2000 year mindset. Those days are gone, dude. Sony has no competition. Xbox has no competition. Sony's doing their own thing. They want to expand their business. Xbox is expanding their business. There's no more competition. If you want to be a fanboy, you might as well just switch to Nintendo, because Nintendo is the only brand that's exclusive. But even Nintendo, is it really exclusive? Is it really exclusive? Because you can get an emulator on your PC, and you don't need a super high-end PC, okay? You can run it on a $400 gaming laptop. You can get a $400 or $300 gaming laptop, some cheap gaming laptop, whatever. And let's say you spent $500 on some cheap gaming laptop. Actually, you don't even need a $500 gaming laptop. You can do it on a $300 laptop. Yes, on a $300 laptop. You can do it on a $300 laptop, and you can run those Nintendo games on an emulator. Okay? So you can run Nintendo games on an emulator in an 8K resolution if you want. 8K resolution. So there's no more exclusivity, guys. So Xbox is not dead. So then what's going on with the Xbox? Why people are saying this? Oh, so okay. Let me explain, and I don't want this video to be too long, so I'm just going to explain. Hopefully you guys are listening. What is Xbox? Xbox is a brand, a trademark, a brand that was established in 2001, okay, by former, CEO, co-founder Bill Gates, okay, and this is exactly what you're looking at. That's the icon of that magical Xbox that was released in 2001 November. And it was the very first console that supported a NVIDIA GPU. It was probably the only console that had NVIDIA GPU back then. It was a pretty big deal. All right, so what is Xbox? It's a trademark that's owned by Microsoft Corporation. And this trademark is the console back then. And it's been 25 years, okay? It's been a long time. And they've been very successful in past 25 years. If they were not successful in the past 25 years, well, guess what, cousin? Guess what, sister? Guess what, brother? They would not be still here. They would have closed down long time ago, like Dreamcast, Sega did. Okay? So they're still here. They're still in business. So then what's going on? Well, what's going on is they're approaching their business in a different way. They're not doing a traditional only on console, only on Xbox way. They want to expand themselves as a service. So the Xbox brand is a service. No different than Amazon Prime. No different than Netflix. Where's Netflix? It is everywhere. It's everywhere. Every manufactured TV, they have it. Every smart device, tablet, phone, Amazon Fire TV stick, Google Chrome, stick, you name it. I don't know how many. Apple TV, they all have Netflix. Netflix is everywhere. It's on your refrigerator, it's on your microwave, it's everywhere, right? So it's kind of like Netflix. It's everywhere. Who wants it? So that's what this is. It's a service. And I don't know why it's so difficult for PlayStation fanboys to understand this, like to get the brain cells to work to understand this. It's a service. So it's not dead. It's a service. All right? And that's it. That's all it is. It's a service. And it's doing better than ever. They're getting great numbers with their subscriptions of a Game Pass from last year, November, December, especially with the Call of Duty Black Ops 6 and a Microsoft Flight Simulator and many other games like Indiana Jones, etc., etc. This year they're starting great with the Avowed, with the upcoming releases of first party, not the first party, the day one releases that they're releasing. They got Doom the Dark Ages next month. They're doing good. They're alive and well. So this notion, this ridiculousness that's coming, unfortunately, from my PlayStation fanboys, from my PlayStation, which I'm embarrassed. I please, my apologies on behalf of these PlayStation fanboys. My apologies on behalf of them, because some of them happen to be my friends. My apologies. And some of them happen to be my subscribers. My apologies on behalf of their stupidity. Okay? Because it's really stupid. So Xbox, no, it's not dead. It's alive and well. Things are changing. Okay? The gaming, it's not what it used to be. I just want to say this, and I want to finish this, once and for all. I don't want to really go back to this, back and forth, backpedaling, the stupid nonsense. Gaming has changed. You have to understand that. It has changed. And you have to keep up with the times. Times are changing. So is the gaming changing as well. Everything's changing. You have to keep up with the times, dude. Things are not going to be the way they used to be. Greatness awaits only on PlayStation, only on Xbox. Those days are over, dude. I mean, they made that very clear. Even Sony's making that very clear. That they're not just interested in just focusing on releasing these AAA super expensive games. Because guess what? These AAA super expensive games costing them a lot of money, and then they're losing money. And they don't want to lose money. They already lost $1 billion last year. On top of included Concord, $400 million, plus an additional fees that they have to pay out all of the employees from the studio that they hired to work for this game, Concord, for 8 years. I think it was a Firewalk, right? Firewalk Studios, and they have to close it down. So it cost them $1 billion in dollars last year. They don't want to gamble with losing money, man. They're in business to make money. They're not in business to satisfy you, fanboys. Understand this. They're not in business to appease to you. They're in business to make money. And that's it. That's all there is to it. So no, Xbox is not dead. But if your brain is brain dead and you're being an ignorant idiot, then that's on you. Then you will have a rude awakening when you wake up 3 years from now, 4 years from now, and you realize, holy shit, there's no more exclusives. Everything's everywhere. I get to pick and choose where I want to play. And what's wrong with that? I like to be able to pick and choose and play. I said this on a live stream yesterday. I like to be able to pick and choose how I want to play, where I want to play, however I want to play. And that's where we're going. But hey, I digress. So that's it. 12 minutes, 13 minutes. I think I said enough. I said too much common sense here. All right? You can debate me because I'm spitting out common sense. All right? This is a common sense with some factual information. All right. Thank you for watching the video. Take care. And I'll see you in the live stream. Take care.